Hi everyone, my name is Adam and I'm with Tombo, and today I'm going to show you how I'm going to be creating a post for TikTok and some of the thinking that goes into creating content that actually works for different social media platforms. And if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing today, as I will be sharing tons of content to do with how I'm building this brand. So you can learn about the art, you can learn about the music, you can learn about how to go about marketing, just everything it pertains to. So let's get into it. Now I'm going to challenge myself and see if I can do this in 10 minutes. All right. Now the first thing I've learned about TikTok is that, especially when you're starting out and you don't have a lot of followers and people that know about you, your brand, the best thing to do is to hop onto trends, right? And when you hop onto trends, you actually take advantage of hashtags, sounds, something that's already trending. So TikTok, out of all the social media channels that exist right now, I would say it's the best for organic growth. But that's started to change too, because not too long ago it was really easy to trend on on TikTok, but now there's so much competition because everyone is creating content. So the best thing for you to do is post as much as you can, which I've started doing. And with that said, I've started realizing that the best thing you can do for yourself is jump into something that's trending. Now, I saw this Bob Ross ad the other day on TV. It's to do with the Mountain Dew, and I saw a hashtag for it on TikTok, that I saw people jumping on. So I was like, you know what? Let me jump on this trend, and I'm going to create something, and let's see how quickly it can catch on, and get more people to see my work, my brand, and what I'm doing. Now, I'm going to take something that Bob Ross does by default, right? He paints a lot of landscapes, and I have this landscape scene that that is the background of the artwork for the characters for my shoe line, right? So it's like an African village. Now, what I'm going to do is, I know that if you jump on a trend, take what exists and kind of make it original, make it your own. So what I'm going to do is I'll take this African village, right? And I'm going to put the Mountain Dew bottle right here. First of all, I need to make sure that looks like a Mountain Dew bottle and not Hennessy. Oh, maybe I should start a Hennessy challenge. Well, you have to be sober first of all. Okay, so I'm using just a pencil brush to kind of lay out some of the backgrounds, just to kind of get it going. And I'm working really rough, so I'm not really worried about how perfect everything is in the beginning. And I will tell you, whenever you create art or do anything in life, right, when you're starting out, it's always the worst, right? Because you're kind of figuring out, okay, where should things go? So don't worry about how exact it is at the beginning. So over here, as you see, I'm starting to get a better sense of how the composition of the artwork is going to look like, and in terms of perspective, balance, and just overall how everything is going to look. And reason why I want to try to make this under 10 minutes, I got like 6 minutes to go, is that 6? When did I start? I need to take some more math classes. Yes, back to regular programming. Now, one thing that I'm going to do with this is I'm actually going to turn this into a tree, right? How does Bob Ross, he always does, things happen to trees. So I'm going to turn this Mountain Dew bottle into a tree. All right, there we go. Now, I don't want that to be just straight. I want to give it some, kind of break it up a little bit. See how that goes. So this is kind of where the grass is going to be stopping, and then mountain. And then this is actually Mount Kilimanjaro, right? That's one of the largest mountains in East Africa. I'll climb it one day. Okay, so I kind of like how everything is laid out so far. And the next step is to start filling in with the colors. And let me actually make sure that this Mountain Dew bottle looks like a Mountain Dew bottle. So I'm on my phone and let me look this up. Mountain Dew, I can't spell. Oh damn, okay, see, that did not look up. Yeah, Mountain Dew bottles a lot around there. Actually this, okay, I think because of distance, well, I'll just do it like this. The Mountain Dew bottle does not have a tall cap like that. So see, that's, I don't drink Mountain Dew much, so, but I'm here doing ads for them. Send me the stimulus! Okay. Mountain Dew. Okay, alright, that's just real rough. Now the next step is, since I already have the sketch, right? Actually, what I want to do is this. I want to duplicate this a couple times so that it's a lot darker, right? Then I'm going to merge this into one layer. I'm going to grab the whole shift, select all of them, Command E. I use Mac. I'm allergic to PC, so you're going to have to check that shortcut. Okay, then I'm going to use I have a charcoal brush that I downloaded from Brush Easy, and see, okay, real nice. It actually, I like this brush because it allows me to work pretty fast. Because one of the things that I've learned about just social media content creation is it's a lot better if you try to come up with content you can create pretty quickly, so you're not, oh, that's a bit too, okay, see, that's a lot better, so that you're not spending so much time, right? Because creative content is really time consuming. So the sooner you figure out and come up with a formula that you can replicate, the better off you will be, and you will not be as stressed. I mean, this is still stressful, don't get me wrong, but you know what I mean. Okay, so I'm starting to fill in some of this. Actually, you know what, let me just do this. So I'm not worried about no edges, and let me just take this all the way to maybe like 82. Okay, alright, so I kind of have established that. Look, I made a mistake. I made that darker than it should be. But when you actually draw or paint a sky, it needs to get lighter as you move towards the bottom. Okay, that's step one. Do this here. Select a lighter blue. Now, I'm going to turn down the opacity, right? So that as I'm shading more, those lines are not as visible. Okay, that looks better. Now let me make this even lighter towards the bottom. And if you don't like how it's looking so far, just keep shading over it, right? That's one of the advantages of digital art, is you can gradually adjust something, erase, paint over, and nobody will ever know, unless they're telling you like I am. Alright, so I have the sky down. Now the next step that I want to do is this is called destruct. I don't want to paint over that, so what I'll do is I'll just open a new layer. And very important, I can't skip this, name your layers sky, so that when somebody else is working on it, they know what you are doing. I'm gonna name this clouds because that's the next step. Now I have a brush cloud that I already downloaded. I mean brush cloud. Clouds. Yes, brush clouds. Was that right? Man, one of the above. I'm going to choose a brush that has clouds on it. Pen sketch. Here we go. Free. No, not dust. Here we go. Clouds. Okay. Let me see. Nope, too big. Okay, that's nice for the top corner. Let me bring down the size. So if I mouse over, you can kind of see what the brush is going to look like. And we're going to make sure that it's, okay, I like that brush. I'm going to make sure that I select white as the color right here. Then just mouse over the edge and tap, tap, tap. See, this edge needs to be, it looks wonky. So what I can do is grab this and scale it up. So that way it extends beyond the edges of the frame. Okay, then the next one, I want to add one. Ooh, I like that. Let me make that slightly bigger. Not so much. I liked it at the beginning and I hated it. That happens all the time. Okay, now I need my, there's a nice, yes, this is the one I was looking for. Boom, boom, boom. Nice clouds. Alright, so see, if I hide the layers, that was above with the sketch, you start seeing it come to life. So next step, actually let me lock these. That's a good habit so that you don't draw over it by mistake. Next step is to paint. Actually, let me paint the mountain. I'll go back to the dry media brush, select my charcoal. Okay, good. Now mountains, they're typically kind of dark bluish from a distance. Sometimes they're greenish. So it really depends on what look you you want to go for, right? So I would Google one and see. Google some images of what a mountain would look like from a distance, or time of the day, time of the year. So that way you're choosing something that's pretty close to what you're looking for. But again, it's really up to you. It's your world, so do whatever you want. I'm gonna go for slightly, that's a bit too dark for what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's closer. Okay. Then once I have that, I can start turning off these layers, right? So I can see what it's starting to look like. See, I don't like that edge. It's my mountain. It's my Mount Kilimanjaro, so can't tell me nothing. Okay. Alright, let me switch brushes here for let me try this drawing box. I like the drawing box brush too. It works really nice. Actually, I prefer that. Should have used that from the beginning. Okay. Mountain done. For now. I'll be back. Okay. So next step, I want to fill in the ground. I'm gonna go with like a yellowish orange for the ground. Too much. Too yellow. Okay. Maybe do the sketch over, and I should actually lock this so I don't mess up. So this is the ground. So much for 10 minutes, right? Okay. Then towards the top, as the ground is further away from you, make it lighter. See that? That's just what happens with distance. When something gets further away from you, it gets lighter. So I'm actually going to make the bottom a little bit more orange, just to give it some more vibrance. Let me turn on this opacity right now. We're getting there. Now I'm going to paint the grass to green. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay. Then the edges of the grass, I'm going to make it slightly darker. So I'm going to choose a darker green, bring down the size of the brush. Actually turn this off so I can be a little bit more precise. Now remember this part, actually let me bump up the opacity so that it's darker. So you're starting to form the edge of the brush. And just be loose. Don't worry about being so uptight about, oh, the edges are not touching, all that nonsense. Okay. It's starting to look good. Then same thing with the grass. As it goes away from you, it gets lighter. So I'm going to choose a yellowish tint and start adding it as the grass is moving further away from me. That's not even, I need it even stronger than that. Because towards the top of where the grass kind of meets the mountain, I'm going to make it close but not yellow. See, now it's starting to look 3D, like it's a 3D world that you can walk into. Okay, I'm gonna make this smaller and move my color and pick like a yellow and just start adding some highlights, right? Just suggestions, you don't need to complete everything, just slight suggestions. Okay, I'm gonna call that ground. Alright, so that brings us to the end of today's video, and make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so that you get notified when I drop a new video. And also leave your thoughts in the comment section. Tell me what you think, what you would like to see, and share this with anyone else that you think may benefit. Alright, I'm out.